This is not just some sickness. What I'm going through right now is a deep cleanse. And yes, that's a story, but a story that makes sense to me at the moment. And this can change at any time. I don't know if you guys know about this, but the things I've heard and accumulated over the years, so far what I know is that both in Greenland and somewhere between Australia and New Zealand there are machines, huge machines, very powerful machines, and they call it HAARP. HAARP. Also, I know that in Australia they've been spraying a lot, same as in Europe, with these chemtrails, which is not chemtrails actually, but it's particle trails, microparticles of heavy metals, which are not very healthy for you, but it's not just not very healthy. That's actually a byproduct, which, yeah, for those who want to keep us controlled, yeah, it's a helpful byproduct. You know, if people are sick, they need medicine, and yeah, big money for big pharma. So in Australia they've been spraying a lot as well, and then the wind changed, and it starts to bring these chemicals here. And what happened back in 2020, yeah, I think it's called a covert ops. Yeah, COVID ops. So, can you imagine that we as humanity, have slowly being poisoned with heavy metals, and metal, it's not like an iron rod or something. No, it's particles, like tiny particles, but they accumulate in your body because your body cannot use them immediately, so the idea is that your body stores it for later, or your body cannot really digest it, so it gets stuck in your system, and some they get into the muscle tissue. This is why when you are, this is all just theory, right? It's just stories. When you have like the flu, and your body is actually trying its best to get this stuff out of your system, that's why you have like muscle pain, cramps, sometimes even. Some of these chemicals, heavy elements, metals, they are stored in your bones. And if you know biology a little bit, the bone marrow is very important for your blood, because in your bone marrow red blood cells are created, and you need red blood cells to take in oxygen. That's biology and chemistry. And it also gets stored in your fascia, all the stuff in between your organs and your bones and your muscles, you know, binding it all together. That's why massage and cleansing, all these things like yoga also, they're very helpful. Or you can do it energetically. So they've been poisoning us through chemtrails, through chemical particles in the air, raining down on us. It's also in the air, so you breathe it in. It's in our water system. Our drinking water is heavily polluted. It's in our food. It's everywhere. And then, of course, you know, the jab. It was full of nanoparticles. And nanoparticles is something new. It's a new technology. If you want to know more about this, see if you can Google or find it on YouTube. Black goo. G-O-O. Black goo. Yeah, right after 2020-21 period, there was reports of coronaries. You know, those who, when you're deceased, they fix up your body so you can lay in an open casket. And what they do, the coroner, he takes out all the fluids of the body and then puts in some fluid so you stay well. Conservative. But they reported what was coming out of the body also as like black goo. It was not blood. Yeah, horror stories, which you don't have to believe, and it's not truth. I'm not claiming it to be true. It's just a story that makes sense to me. So talking with a 15-year-old who was already deeply indoctrinated by this whole notion of that there's one or the other. But the thing is, when you come from this one or the other, this is the thing that I find so interesting and sometimes annoying. So I told her, yeah, listen to your intuition. It doesn't matter what you call it. Whether you call it belief, if you believe your intuition. Whether you call it trust, if you trust your intuition. Whether you call it yourself, I trust myself. Whether you call it your gut feeling, it doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't matter what you label it. What matters if you learn discernment, if you learn to make the distinction between fear-based inner narratives or outer narratives, or love, and I mean true love, which some call unconditional love, but I don't like this term unconditional love, because love by definition is unconditional. If it has conditions, then it's not love. Darius explains it as, yeah, that's a lower form of love. Like you have like 3 levels of love. Love that is so low that you are fearful, that you are angry, which is a nice explanation, a nice way of looking at it as well, interesting at least. Then you have like this middle part where love, you know, at least you get to express your fears, but it's not like the high vibrational love just yet. He explains it better than I do, actually. And then there's high love, like peace, joy, bliss. Count yourself lucky if you know this middle part. If you can stabilize in the middle part. And moments of clarity, moments of joy, like moments of total surrender, like life. I love life.